What's up, A to Z Sports, Titan Game Day Live, Game Night Live, Sunday Night Football, Titans under the lights in Kansas City on Sunday night against the Kansas City Chiefs and without quarterback Ryan Tannehill. So we're going to have a lot to talk about in our Titan Game Day Live pregame show presented by Buddy Allen Carpet One. We're about to have a great evening of Titans conversation with our pregame, halftime, and postgame show. I'm Austin Stanley of A to Z Sports alongside Zach Bingham of A to Z Sports. And thanks to all of you guys for jumping in and watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch. We've been having some fun in the chat pre-show with the YouTube chat as they were getting ready for us to go live 30 minutes before every Titans game this season. And this is game number 8. The Titans are 5-2 going up against the 5-2 Kansas City Chiefs as Malik Willis gets his second consecutive start with Ryan Tannehill out once again with the sprained ankle. Buck Rising reported that was unlikely that he would play on A2Zsports.com earlier today. But we're going to get this thing going, so make sure you share the show on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching it. Share it to your friends, share it to your timeline, whatever it may be. Also on Twitter at A2Z Sports. Also, this is the Titan Game Day Live pregame show presented by Buddy Allen Carpet One, always giving you free in-home measures and estimates at Buddy Allen Carpet One Nashville.com. Thanks to our other sponsors this season, Mr. Good Roof, your locally owned roofing, gutters, and window specialist at MrGoodRoof.com. Crumble Cookies, making cookies fresh every day. Fresh to order right there, crumblecookies.com, and download that Crumble Cookie app. And also BetMGM, download the app, use our code ATOZ Sports, and you get a risk-free bet up to $1,000 on pro football with your first bet. Ooh, Zach, big news. Again, no Ryan Tannehill. This time he made the trip to Kansas City. He did not make the trip on the flight last week to Houston when the Titans got a 17-10 win over the Texans for the 5th win in a row, with Malik Willis making his start. But Ryan Tannehill out. We did see some video from Buck on the field on our A to Z social media of him taking some throws pregame and some warm-ups, but he's not going. So, Zach, welcome in. How you feeling about Malik Willis versus Patrick Mahomes? Tall task in the rookie's second overall start.
Well, it's a big opportunity for him to showcase his ability, the reason why the Titans drafted him, what all he's learned from – the build up to last week, and he didn't get the full opportunity of the 4 quarters because we all know Derrick Henry took over in the 3rd and 4th quarter against Houston. Well, I think Malik Willis is going to have to take over if they are going to be in this football game. And this is a very unique situation, right? You mentioned the videos that we saw of Ryan Tannehill, and Buck Rising, who's live there from Kansas City, reported on A2Zsports.com about most likely Tannehill not being able to go. And, he detailed a little bit more information on that ankle. I think the video from Ryan Tannehill pregame really confirmed the report from our own Buck Rising, because he wasn't putting pressure on that hurt ankle, which is his right foot. And you need that to kind of push off of. And he wasn't doing that. He was flat-footed. He was just doing the old, just throw a little warm-ups. It wasn't a full warm-up. And the Titans, look, this is a Mike Vrabel gamesmanship type move. I think that they knew that Ryan Tannehill was going to be out. They pushed it all the way down to the 11th hour. They finally, inactive. The writing was also on the wall because they elevated Logan Woodside, right? So all of these little hints. But now Malik Willis gets to go up against an elite quarterback and do battle in Patrick Mahomes in a big AFC showdown. You know why? It's even bigger because the Buffalo Bills lost to the New York Jets earlier today. So now the Bills have the tiebreak over the Tennessee Titans, and could be a logjam at some point in the AFC. This is a big game. The Titans, I know, are concentrating on the division, but this is a big AFC matchup in prime time with millions of eyes on both of these teams.
Well, and for the Chiefs too, because the Bills beat the Chiefs a couple weeks ago. So it's big for both, right? The tiebreaker is now up for grabs because the Jets were able to upset Buffalo earlier today across the NFL. But, Zach, going back to the Ryan Tannehill, I never played quarterback, but I've had really good friends who played quarterback. the drill that Tannehill was doing where you keep your feet, that's a very early warm-up progress quarterback drill. But I will go to what Buck talked about in his article at A2ZSports.com. And Zach, me, you, and Buck had conversations Saturday as Buck started to get wind of Tannehill being expected to be out tonight yesterday afternoon when we talked. But it's the main concern for Ryan Tannehill is this is his right ankle, and it's a high ankle sprain. And Tannehill's right ankle is his plant and drive ankle in the back of the pocket. So, it is a big deal. Ryan Tannehill, and any quarterback for that matter, can't just throw with arm strength. You know this from your buddy Chris Sims, who's on the Sunday Night Football pregame show on NBC, is it all starts with your legs and it starts with your feet. And if you can't drive off that back foot, you can't be effective. And so I've seen a lot of people on social media, Zach, and I don't want to give this too much time, but I do want to put those people in their place. Anybody who says any comment about on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on any YouTube comment that Steve McNair would play tonight, you just got to quit that. This is not about Ryan Tannehill not being tough. Ryan Tannehill just played 49 consecutive games as the Titans starting quarterback, and he has a significant ankle sprain, and he can't be effective tonight. And if Ryan Tannehill can't be effective tonight, then you shouldn't play him, because you don't want a sitting duck back there in the pocket behind an offensive line that's not that great who can't plant off that foot and can't protect himself with mobility. Get out of here miss me with that Steve McNair would play tonight. So I did want to mention that off the top for Ryan Tannehill's sake.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mention that because it's not worth the breath.
I think it is. I think it is.
No, it's not worth the breath for the who actually said it. So
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I've seen it all over the place, whether it's our Instagram, people on Twitter, whatever it might be. I've seen it all over the place. So I just wanted to say that.
So I think it came down to this. If you can't protect yourself and you can't drive off that back leg, who gives you the best opportunity to win the football game? And is Malik Willis ready for this moment? Hell no, he's not. We're going to find out if he can make some plays. Can he do some of the preseason magic and get some big runs? Can he complete some passes? Can he build some confidence? Can he not make mistakes? Can he do that type of stuff? So I think we're going to see more of that, which I think is exciting to Titans fans. And that's really, truly what you want to know. I don't think that, going into the season that you're sitting here saying, oh, Malik Willis is going to start, 2 games this season is going to be a great thing. But here we are. You got to find out, and you'd rather find out about Malik Willis sooner rather than later as a third-round pick. It's in prime time. It's against a very formidable foe against the Kansas City Chiefs and against a great elite quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. But this is why they play the game. The Titans have got to execute their game plan, and Malik Willis has got to complement that game plan with making some plays with not only his legs, but with his arm down the field.
And I was thinking this earlier today, Zach, is that I'm glad that Ryan Tannehill didn't get hurt the last 2 years, because you'd be sitting here watching Logan Woodside, and Malik Willis is way more exciting, way more explosive, and has the ability to do some exciting things as a backup rather than what Logan Woodside would give you. And yes, Logan Woodside did get called up from the practice squad. This is why you have Logan Woodside. He is your break glass in case of emergency third quarterback on the practice squad after Malik Willis beat him out for the backup job there. So I do think it's interesting. I'm curious to see what Malik's going to look like, because Zach, you mentioned execute the game plan. What is tonight's game plan? How much different is tonight's game plan from last week against the Houston Texans? Because what do we know about the Texans? Dead last, 32nd overall in run defense in the NFL, and you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to get cute. You didn't have to dig deep in the playbook. You just had to go handoff left, handoff right, and every once in a while mix in a pass play, and you really didn't have to do that much. And you would be able to win that game because Derrick Henry, Dontrell Hilliard can go beat up that Texans defense. It's very different because based on the numbers, the Chiefs are one of the best run defenses in the NFL, but that can be skewed a little bit because they don't play a lot of teams who run the ball like the Titans run the ball, and the Chiefs have such a high-powered offense that they can take the running game away from their opponent by getting an early lead. So I am curious about what's going to happen tonight. So Zach, let's ask our initial question here live on the Buddy Allen Carpet One pregame show. What is the single most important thing for the Titans going into this game against the Chiefs? What is the single most important thing for the Titans in this game against the Chiefs with Malik Willis lining up at starting quarterback next to Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill out for the second week in a row with that high ankle sprain? But first, let me tell you guys about our friends at Buddy Allen Carpet One, locally owned and operated by the Allen family for over 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are literally in the store every day. You can go see them in Donaldson or check them out, Buddy Allen Carpet One Nashville.com. They always give you free in-home measures and estimates. They are full-service flooring experts. That does not mean more money for you. That's actually saving you money because you get the experienced flooring work done by Buddy Allen's professional certified installers and save money, get qualified workers who guarantee their work only at Buddy Allen Carpet One Nashville.com. Zach, I'll send you to the chat or your answer to the question. What's the single most important thing for the Titans to do tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs with Malik Willis under center?
It's kind of hard because I came up with this question and I have two answers. I have two, and they are evenly the most important, right? Okay. So let's go to the chat first. And G-Man brings up turnovers, right? Turnover battle is very important because it helps or hurts your football team. Let's see. Defense coming in there from Nate. 4-man pass rush coming in from Jordan. So that front four. Jazz says Tannehill not being the quarterback. Ball control from William. Takeaways in one word from Shecky. Forcing turnovers from Jonah. Defense from Jared. Let's see. Production from our YouTuber right there. Solid defense. Staying healthy. Ugly from Max. So the number one thing, win the turnover battle. There's another one from Kevin. No turnovers from Will. Justin says turnovers. Ball control. Malik's vision from Matt. No turnovers is the leader in the clubhouse from the chat of what the singular most important thing is for the Titans heading into Kansas City and Arrowhead. Defense making Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey off of the field, so there's time of possession. Win the turnover battle. Turnovers, defensive turnovers, defense, no turnovers. I mean, that is clear cut. We got a ton of comments coming in as we've got a great big audience, which is awesome. But turnovers has dominated. The funny thing is, my two were not turnovers.
Oh, what are your two then, Zach?
Are you intrigued?
I'm very intrigued. I've got my single answer, and I'm curious to see what you think about how I'm going to spin it. But I want to hear your two first.
This game will come down to two things. Well, you could even categorize this as more because two of those two things are the 2 feet of Malik Willis. It's Malik Willis's legs. And it's not just running the football. It's not just playmaking. It's can he set his feet to actually complete passes? Can he take what he's been taught over the last several months and translate it into a live game when bullets are flying a lot better than he did last week? He's going to get more than 10 pass attempts, I assume, going into this game. He's got to set his feet. He's got to stay calm. He's got to stay focused. And he can't get the jitters to try to escape. And as we say, get behind the sticks because that's not how this Titans offense is set up. So Malik Willis's legs or feet is my one. The other one that is equally most important is the Titans pass defense. This could be a disaster, Austin. We have seen it. We've seen it a lot this year of the Titans pass defense getting torched. This is an elite quarterback that can beat a ton of different weapons. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, they throw the football, and they throw it often. They're averaging 308 yards per game through the air, like 300 plus. You're going to have to keep up, and the offense notoriously doesn't keep up. Pass defense can't give up big plays like we've seen earlier this season, and Malik Willis's legs. Those are the two singular most important things in this game that will define a win or a loss for the Tennessee Titans.
All right. So, Zach, I did do some homework, even though I didn't know the assignment was going to be to know these answers. But do you take a guess at BetMGM, our great title sponsors of A to Z Sports on Titan Game Day Live and on our morning show? I know the over-under passing yards for both quarterbacks. Zach, what do you think Malik Willis's over-under passing yards are for tonight's game at BetMGM?
151.
Did you look it up?
I bet $50 on the over.
Okay, because it's 150.5 is what I saw it at. You put $50 on the over, right?
Yeah, because I think Malik. I'll just be honest. I think
to.
Titans are going to be playing from behind, and he's going to be throwing the football, and I think he can nickel his dime for 4 quarters his way over 151 yards.
All right, so you knew that one as well. So you came prepared because
I do not know Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, well, it was right above Malik Willis's. So it was right there on the.
I knew what my bet was when I placed it.
Yeah, you know where you were going.
I wasn't going to bet on Patrick Mahomes. I was going to bet on Malik Willis.
How many passing yards per game did they average? You just said it.
304.
His over under is like 272.5. So
and
again,
they're thinking that he may not have to pass the ball in the fourth quarter.
Right. So I did
find that 13.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I did find that interesting. So before I get to my answers on your two about especially Malik Willis's feet, it's one, his over under rushing yards is 40.5 at BetMGM, by the way. That's interesting. He didn't do much.
That was I'm not sure what it was last week, but it was somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Because they feel like he's got to use his legs because he doesn't notoriously, he hasn't had the opportunity to really pass consistently.
Right. And do the Titans build off of that? Did they not use anything Malik Willis designed running last week because they knew they didn't have to? That's
not
something.
In the second half, they didn't have to.
Just hand it off to 22 and Dontrell Hilliard and let it happen.
Dude, like Jonathan's got the game plan.
Yeah, that's the game. That was.
I don't even know what that number is, but it's a lot. I think we're 7 million.
Yeah. So the feet is interesting. Can he calm himself down and get himself on schedule to make accurate throws? That's going to be huge because he missed on 3 big ones last week. So Zach, my answer to this question, and this might be our new pregame question moving forward. So I'm only going to answer it with this way one time because it's a cop out for everything. But the Titans just have to win 2 out of 3 of Mike Vrabel's keys to victory tonight. One of them, the turnover battle, and the other one is outrushing the Chiefs. They have 0 chance at having the higher QBR, Patrick Mahomes versus Willis tonight. But the Titans can have a chance if they do have success running the football and they win the turnover battle. And that's what Mike Vrabel wants to go out and do. Is you can't fumble another or muff another punt. You cannot do that. You've already done that like 5 times so far this season. You're done with that for the rest of the year. And you also have to figure out, and they've had success doing this in the regular season against Mahomes, is get him to throw you the football. The Titans have picked off Mahomes the last couple of times that they've played him in the regular season. And if you remember a couple times ago, they forced a fumble and returned it for a touchdown where Sean Evans picked up the fumble forced by David Long Jr., ran it back for a score. Can you get some type of free points? Whether it's a fumble to create a Randy Bullock field goal opportunity or a turnover that results directly in points the other way. Because I also go back to this, the Rams game on Sunday Night Football, the last time the Titans were on NBC. The Titans' first game without Derrick Henry. How are they going to do it, right? Kevin Byard jumped the pass, goes pick 6 the opposite direction, and David Long Jr. had an interception where it was 1st and goal in the 2, and the Titans got 14 free points right there because of what the defense did. That's how they get this game in their direction today.
Yeah, and I think we're all right. I think the chat is right. I think we are right. I think really, and this is a level of importance that, we talked about earlier in the season of Todd Downing, and then Tim Kelly comes into play, I think, quite a bit in this game because passing is going to be important for a young rookie quarterback in his second start. How are they going to develop this passing offense with Malik Willis? How are they going to get him easy throws? Are they going to try to roll him out? Are they going to simplify the offense with shorter routes? Like, are you just not going to do option route concepts for your wide receivers so you know that Malik Willis knows where to go so he's reliable? The problem is you don't have Kyle Phillips and you don't have Treylon Burks, which those guys are we're supposed to be very reliable within this offense, but both are on IR. You got to target Robert Woods. You got to get Austin Hooper as kind of your catch guy who has not been consistent, right? Has not been consistent. Nobody has been consistent in this offense. Who is Malik Willis going to kind of fall in love with in this wide receiver room or tight end room? I think that's also important. Who do you find comfort in? If you were just watching the Bucs game, which was disastrous for literally 3.5 quarters, Tom Brady fell in love with Scotty Miller at the end, and that's really what won him the game. He felt that rhythm, felt that trust, and who is that going to be with Malik Willis? We didn't get an opportunity last week. I think we will get an opportunity to see somebody possibly this week.
Well, and that brings me to who's got the good matchup today for the Titans. And by the way, if you just watch it on NBC, Tony Dungy, the only person of like the 18 people who predicted the game on that pregame show, Tony Dungy picked the Titans to win the game flat out. So pretty interesting there.
No, we'll find out.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a second.
Unlocked.
Who's got the good matchup? Noah. Pay attention. Who's got the good matchup here? Presented by MrGoodRoof.com. Again, MrGoodRoof.com. Hey, Zach, listen up. How about this? It's November. You know what that means? Mr. Good Roof's annual roof giveaway, Shingle Bells for Veterans. It's the 6th year. They've given away a free roof. How about that? Like a free roof? That's incredible. So for a veteran. So what you guys need to do, if you go to MrGoodRoof.com for more information, you can submit a nomination for a veteran to win a free entire roof. That's incredible. That's life-changing for a lot of people to get a free roof. So nominations began this past week. So it's through December 15th. The recipient will be contacted and announced on December 3rd, right in time for the holidays. So Shingle Bells for Veterans, MrGoodRoof.com to submit your nomination, and a panel committee of veteran leaders will select the recipient. So that's pretty awesome right there. So we're going to help give away a free roof to somebody who deserves it. So MrGoodRoof.com, pretty incredible right there for everybody. Who's got the goods today from Mr. Good Roof? Zach? It's not Austin Hooper.
God, I was going to say, don't.
But it is somebody at his position. I'm going to get.
You don't have enough time on this pregame show to go down.
Okonkwo's got the good matchup. So I just mentioned that the Chiefs have one of the tops defenses when it comes to rushing defenses, but they are one of the worst in passing defense. Now, why? Is it because of how the game scripts go? It's still just, 7-8 games into the year, and game script kind of determines how stats go this early in the season. But I think the Titans can get Chig in some matchups where he can make some plays down the field. And how? Play action, right? We know the Titans are going to run the ball with Derrick Henry. If it goes the way they want it to, Derrick Henry will get 25 plus carries. He might get a few other touches with screen passes and other passes, but I think Chig can slip down the seam, can slip into the flats on some play actions and make it easy on-time throws for Malik Willis. He missed one. He missed one last week in Houston, and that play, if he hits Chig on that play, I think it could change the way the Titans called the game for Malik. But he missed it after the interception, so they kept it easy on him. I think Chig Okonkwo has a good matchup tonight in Kansas City. Can rookie on rookie make some big plays for the Titans offense tonight?
Yeah, I'm curious just about the depth of this passing game. How I don't know how deep it's going to go. Is it going to be distributed evenly because they don't have a superstar? Robert Woods, again, wide receiver 2, playing the wide receiver 1 role all year. They're just so one-sided. And I think that's the most difficult part about watching the Tennessee Titans this season is they're one-dimensional. And if a defense completely takes away the run and gets up, I mean, that's why the line has moved again, right?
What is it now?
It is at 14.
Oh, 14 even or a half?
14 even.
14 even. You never really see that. That's interesting. 2 touchdowns.
It's because money is climbing this thing. Yeah. Money in Vegas, everything's going on the Chiefs. Started at 12.5 and has already crept up to 14 as this thing is on the move. And that's because the Tennessee Titans don't have Ryan Tannehill starting a quarterback tonight. They've got a rookie who didn't show us much last week, and they're one-dimensional. We know how the Titans want to win. Run the football, play good defense. But when you don't get that opportunity and the game doesn't go accordingly, what are you going to fall back on? I think this is, earlier this week, Austin, we talked about like how telling this game was going to be. A lot of the Titans were asked that in the locker room as, hey, is this a measuring stick? It does change a little bit now that Malik Willis is starting. It's probably less of a measuring stick because your starting quarterback is not playing. But I do think it tells us what Malik Willis can provide. I mean, where is he? Mm-hmm. You're not going to get the luxury to just hand the ball off to 22 as many times as you did.
Yeah, and I'll also say this. Regardless of how this game goes and regardless of how well or poorly Malik Willis plays, it doesn't tell us anything about what his ceiling is going to be. He's nowhere near ready and nowhere near the judgment point on Malik Willis as a quarterback in the NFL for the future for the Titans. So, all right, Zach, we're 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes away from kickoff. You just mentioned the line has moved at BetMGM to Chiefs -14. Who wins the game? That's what it is. Who wins the game? Give us your score predictions as well. Titans at Chiefs on Sunday Night Football here on our Buddy Allen Carpet One pregame show. But all of our pregame predictions are brought to you by BetMGM. Download the BetMGM app. Use our code ATOZ Sports, and you get a risk-free bet up to $1,000 on pro football. I've been having a great time so far, knock on wood, on BetMGM this weekend, the last couple of weekends in college and pro football. You can too. So download the app, code ATOZ Sports, risk-free bet on pro football up to $1,000. Zach, what's the chat saying on their official predictions for tonight's game?
This is tough for Titans fans. You got a backup quarterback, and there's a lot of Titans fans in the chat, as we know. How honest are they going to be with themselves? Noah, Chiefs win 38-17, 37-13 KC, 31-6. So for all the phonies out there that think that this is just some like Titan show, like we run a real program with real fans that are honest. Yeah. Because that kind of drives me crazy. You have 35-7 Chiefs from Eric, 35-7. Oh, there's back-to-back from Clayton, 32-28. So Anthony's our first Titans win. So he's kind of going points. The Tony Dungy route. That's a lot of points. Yeah. Chiefs from Alex. Tank Sinatra does that. Titans 24-10. Trevor goes 31-14, 35-17 KC. A lot of KC, 34-13 Chiefs. Bort goes 24-10 Chiefs, 31-13 from Gabriel. Chiefs. A lot of Chiefs overall. Here's the Titans 31-30. I think you'd have to say if the Titans do win this game, it's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout.
I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game either, right? If the Titans win this, it's in the maybe 20, right? Maybe get to 20.
What's your prediction?
This is tough, Zach. So I think the Titans I like the Titans defense a lot. So I'm going to say the Titans do force some field goals. I'm going to say 30-17. 30-17. That's right there on that Vegas line. So, 14 is a lot of points. 30-17 final score. Chiefs do beat the Titans and go to 6-2. Titans fall to 5-3. That's my prediction.
That's interesting. So I'm going to go 35-20. 35-20. Chiefs win.
So you have the Chiefs covering the 14. I've got the Titans covering the 14.
Yeah, look, Vegas is telling us something, so it's going to be right around that number.
Yeah.
But look, that's why they play the game. We've seen the Titans win games like these before. If they can do it with a rookie quarterback in a second start, eyes will be open, and Malik Willis will prove a lot. This is a big game for him.
Yeah, it definitely is. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching our great pregame show presented by Buddy Allen Carpet One. We'll be right back here at halftime. So make sure you like the show before you go on YouTube, on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And thanks again to all of our great sponsors of our Titan Game Day Live. Buddy Allen Carpet One, Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com, MrGoodRoof.com to submit your veteran for a free roof shingle bell giveaway. Crumble Cookies, download the Crumble Cookie app and give somebody a gift card for their free cookies right there. And then BetMGM, download the BetMGM app, use our code ATOZ Sports. You get a risk-free bet up to $1,000 on pro football. We will see you guys at halftime right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Enjoy the first half. Talk to you soon. Appreciate it as always.